Good evening. And it's painting time. Instead of adventure time or whatever. Let's see. Oh, what did I do with my brushes? My brushes, of course, are stuck in my thing. Gotta grab my brushes, which are put away, because I'm still painting stuff at work. So. Hi guys, I see you. People are starting to come on. Cool. Hi Dwayne, how are you? Did you have a good, well, I saw you Saturday. Did you have a good Sunday? I will do a little hydration. Hey, Shanur, what are you doing here? I guess it's not ridiculously late, is it? Is it 1 a.m. where you are? Oh, wait. It may... Actually, wait. What time is it? No, I'm not. Your daylight savings time hasn't happened yet. We've already sprung ahead. That's why. Haha. But it happened Saturday. I went an extra hour on Saturday, remember, because of the ball GM didn't start until 3:30 my time instead of 2:30 my time. Unfortunately, I can't go on much earlier than this. Oh, it is midnight. Oh, okay. So, yeah. And then after this week, it'll be 1 a.m. So you get to see a little bit of what I do tonight. I'm back to painting Grog. I was about to go on and see if I could grab a picture. Of course, speaking of pictures, actually, Shanur's here. I should do this. Let's put on Discord, because we have a couple of other things that came in for the Muses Challenge. Let's see. So check out what we go. Oh, that's not the right. Oh, wrong channel. Wrong channel. I got the wrong channel. Okay, so let's see. I'll get all queued up. First thing, though, it will not be Shanur's. It's going to be Smart Goblins. And the first thing is... so let's see. Dwayne said, today went to Tampa Bay. Oh, the rain. Yes, it is spring training. Who'd they play? So, anyways, while you type in who they played today... Yeah, it's the Reaper Baba Yaga's hut, and you can see he's got both the Baba Yagas he painted this month. He definitely wins on sheer quantity of stuff he painted for this challenge. Pittsburgh Park, but so, oh my God. So did Tampa Bay win? They probably won. Tampa Bay's a good team, or at least they were. Who knows? Things change from year to year. But that is a fantastic Baba Yaga's hut. Oh, yeah, Pittsburgh. My brother likes the Pittsburgh Pirates, actually. But you know, I'm like the enemy because I'm a Red Sox fan. Oh, I'm sorry. So that is Smart Goblins, and then of course here is Shanur's. So I love. She's so red, and I really dig it. She's really good looking. Awesome job. Oh, cool! He's a Red Sox fan. Yay! Because Tampa Bay and the Red Sox, you know, there's kind of a rivalry there. So yeah, you definitely. I've seen a lot of people go towards the blue tones with her, but you went with red tones, and I'm totally digging it because it's just totally different. I actually finished the painting on mine. I'm at the same place now you were a couple days ago, Shanur, with the base, and going, what am I going to do with the base? I'm still not too sure, and I have to decide soon because this is due on Friday. Anybody out there who's watching this later who might have a Baba Yaga in the works, Friday is the due date. Oh, actually, here's mine, just from the side. So I did do one thing. I did turn those two things into parsnips. I went parsnips, which was sort of, but I washed them with some orange, and then I went over it with some really, really light yellow, and I did the broom the other night. And I do see what Roy, the ball GM, was talking about there. It definitely looks like there's something on the handle of that broom, but I can't really make it out well enough. So I just more or less it's been carved. But I did like blood red locks on the skull on the top. So I'm pretty happy with it. That's what I do have to say. I do have to obviously put a base underneath her. And I figure it's got to be something either foresty or maybe swampy. Whoops. There we go. I clicked on the eye to shut the thing off, and it still did that. I'm glad you... Well, believe me, Shanur, I'm so happy you finished her in time. Honestly, if anybody is watching this that wanted to partake, if you're late, I don't care. Send me your pictures anyways. Mine is like, I feel like yours is more exciting. Hi, Minnie Mommy. I feel like yours is more exciting because it's red. You went with interesting colors. I just went sort of with a standard old lady. I've been so tempted to think about, I've been trying to think about if I want to do like an eye effect. Because I've seen that looks really cool. I think the ball GM, he did the cool eyes. Shanur's still awake because we hit our daylight savings time and he hasn't. So, the interesting thing is there is a bill that passed the Senate here in the States that will make daylight savings time permanent. No more clocks ahead, clocks back. That would be, I think that'd be really cool. Alright, so now back to what I was going to do, which was go to Firefox, go to Google Images, and I gotta look up a Grog. I'm looking up the Legend of Vox Machina because I want to see the tattoos he has. Now, it's going to sort of be, what I do for this mini is going to sort of be a combination of the tattoos from the cartoon and the tattoos that are inscribed. Where the areas where it's not so inscribed, I'm probably going to pick the ones I see on the cartoon, like I think on his face. Where they're inscribed, I'm going to do the ones on the mini. Although, actually, the ones on the mini aren't too far away. He's got a couple stripes on his shoulder. How are you guys all doing anyways? It's a Monday. Hopefully your Monday wasn't too Monday. So, I'm going to start right with the tattoos. I did do a little work on his eyes in between streams. I can't quite get it to where it looks ragey enough for me. I can't get them, either the dots get too, because the eyes are so small. I can't get the eyes, the black pupils small enough to, they get lost. Hi, Cyrus. No. No, I'm going for like lore-wise. Alright, so. Oh, I think actually one thing I need to do. When you're doing like sort of freehanding, it's the type of thing, you want to actually make sure your paint is thin so you can draw with it. How are you guys? How was your Monday, Cyrus? I'm so happy they brought back Chill Piano for the free to use on Pretzel. So let's see, I've got that there. So I'm going to assume there's a bar here. Well, it's going to be now. Well, there was one. But that looks like it should start there. This is like the scary part, even for me. I'm not big into freehanding stuff. And this is going to be somewhat free-handed. So I'm going with a dark gray, because they tend to be dark gray. Let me make sure. Oh, like an idiot, I still haven't... I gotta update my timer. I'll do it after this. The timer that has the mini, because clearly it's not Finn Greenwell anymore. And I told you I was gonna do it before this, and I got busy playing with my wet palette and washing my shot glass. Because, you know, it kind of needed to be washed. So, and I got a brush with a... I've got my new brush I got when I got this wet palette, so... It's a good brush. At least it is for now. It probably won't last. Okay, so you have like 2 stripes. So he's got his 2 stripes. I'm going to actually pull out, let's see. What was the colors I used? I used Clouded Sea. If Tempest Gray. Let's see. Because I do want to touch up that first tattoo just a little bit. Plus, the other thing is, when you're done, it's always, when you get tattoos, it's always a good idea to hit them with a thin wash, a glaze of your skin tone to kind of set them in. I'm looking back at the hot pants comment, and you know, if I ever get another one, another Grog strong draw, I would consider painting some alternate version. But for these, I want to do the actual. Want to do the actual ones in the store that are. You're sorry, the other actual ones from Lore. Alright, so I'm gonna sort of smooth that line out a bit. Even if it's in size, it looks a little weird. Make that line a little more uniform. All right, that's better. With hop, yes. If you buy me another Grog, I will paint him up. You know, I will take requests on this channel. If you send me minis, and I can fit them into my schedule. That's my problem. Why I want to do like the other 2 Christmas ones, but I ran out of Christmas time. So, but you gotta find this mini. Oh wait, no, they do sell it, but it's a whole set, and I don't want. My biggest problem is I don't know if I'm gonna have time to friggin' do that. All right, let's see. Nope, I think that needs to be touched up right there. All right, that's pretty good. All right, so unfortunately, that is like on his shoulder, so I can't really do the design that they have. Plus, he also has a beard, you know. So the mustache and beard didn't come until later. He had a belt of dwarven kind that gave him that, because Goliaths don't traditionally have beards or hair. All right, let's see. So I mean, the design isn't too hard. It's just small. So here we go. So it's kind of a triangle. This is why wet paint is kind of important. It's like you're drawing on there. Oh God, this is the scary part? This is pretty dark. Now, a lot of times if you're doing freehanding, you actually want to start with, you actually want to do like a black, you basically want to paint black under the, like the area you're going to freehand and leave a little of that edge around it. But this is so dark that it shouldn't be an issue. Plus it's a tattoo, so I said I want to blend it back into the skin. Okay, there's that part. Oh God, this is scary. I'm trying to think of exactly where it goes. I see where it goes down his face, but I'm not sure where it goes from there. Maybe it just kind of ends. I think it does just kind of end because it doesn't seem to come down around here. I also don't want to catch my eyeball. Sorry if I'm missing anything at all in chat. I'll look up in a minute. Don't forget, if you have anything you want to share, please send me the links. People are really good about that. Like Mini Mommy, did you start something new after your masterpiece? That thing was so good. I'm gonna switch things too, by the way. I need, it's in my bag, of course, because I always, when I'm not on stream, I always paint with this silly thing. But I do need it. The glasses just aren't cutting it. Okay, that's better. I think I'm going to want to straighten that line up a bit. I'll just try to have this line sort of go off underneath his shirt. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the, after looking at the top of this, I think I want a little more triangle at the top here. A chisel brush also really helps here. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm so scared right now. Just like right now I'm straightening out this line. It's not too bad, but actually maybe what it really needs is a little more paint towards the eye. got a little around the eye too. Biggest thing you need to do? Know when you friggin' need to stop and don't keep screwing with it. What do we say? Let's see. He says, I think it's time to break out the paints. What are you painting, Cyanus? By the way, if anyone's painting too and is, are okay tearing away a little bit, tell me what you're working on. I'd love to know. Y'all can see what I'm doing. Oh, now here's the scary part. Doing the other side. Trying to match it up with the first side. Your lawn, the lawn ornament. Oh, cool. I assume you're going to use like craft paint on this one. Cheapy craft paint. That would be so many bottles of gaming paint. Okay, so that's going to be the upper end. This is me being nervous. Like afraid to put the brush down. I hope people are getting some decent tips out of this at least. On freehanding. That side needs to be thicker. Alright, little touch-ups. There definitely needs to be a little touch-ups. I keep I keep my hands. Try to keep my hands really close together when I do this. But it really helps stabilize. I went too much. As I said, back and forth. I just want to make sure I want the two sides to look similar. Actually, that's not bad. I'm going to leave it. Of course, let's see. I think I painted over part of his beard on the right side, so no big deal. Not this phase. I gotta paint over all this anyway. I mean, It's fine if I paint under, where that beard is. This side I can see where the beard is a lot better. Well, that'll solve the whole problem of where do I end it. Come on, fill in that little spot. And once again, I'm going to look at it and I'm really sorry if I'm way off the thing here, but right now, I can't see very well. Okay, I do want to try, let's see, scooch it up a little bit. Okay. So I do want to try to keep them somewhere on my big purple splotch, so you guys can see what I'm doing. Kind of the point of this, right? And I'm just touching up that line. I still have a freaking cough. Allergies suck. I feel like I actually have to nudge. Get this over actually a little bit towards the... So this is what I mean. I said there may be lots of... Touching up is easy though. I'm going to bring it over this way. And then I gotta let it dry for a sec, and it doesn't take long to dry. Oh, I have to say, this wet palette is so watertight. I got paint on the lid. Good night, Shanur. Thank you for dropping by. Maybe I'll see you. Oh no, wait, Wednesday's late, anyways. I always love to see you, man. Stop curling up. Okay, let's... I'm going back and thinking on it. Basically, I shifted this line over just a hair. That's better. It's more towards now the middle of his eye, like the other side. Yes, you will see me this Saturday. April's gonna be a tough month. Again, I got birthdays and conventions. Well, there's 5 Saturdays in April, so at least I'll get 2 of them in. I may get 3. I gotta figure out when my brother's birthday is, when we're actually meeting. Okay, so that is his facial tattoo markings. I don't know if they're tattoos or what. Now I need to see like the top of his head, because I know he has some on there. can't find any. I can see kind of where they start. I don't see where they go. Oh, it just sort of goes up the top of his head. And actually I'm missing a little line by the ones I just did. So he's got I'm just going to add a little line. That is a really small thing I'm trying to do. This is nuts. Why did I decide to do these? Oh, I know, because they're really cool. And actually, happily, so far, I posted 3. The first one did not really get noticed, but both oh, what the hell's the name? Pumatso, who's one of Matt's NPCs, and Keyleth, who is Mercheray's PC, both ended up getting liked by the players. So, I mean, that made me really happy. They inspired me, so I want to show what they inspired me to do. And I'm going to go, because you tend to leave a bigger drip where you end than where you begin, so I'm going to go put my little line on this side. Oh, there we go. Yep. Okay, that's good. So he's got, I don't know where, I need a picture of the back of Grog's head. So I'm going to open up another window of Google Images. This is another thing to do. No, actually, I don't want that name. Sorry. Let's see. I want that. Didn't get any luck. I put down the back, or maybe I need to put. Oh, boo you! Let's see if my Google Flow can work. So Grog strong draws back. Nope. I don't need pictures of his back. You know, I could have sworn I actually found this listing somewhere where I could actually get pictures of what he looked like from behind. Maybe try. Concept art. There's gotta be concept art out there. Wow, you're not even giving me... Yeah. Jeez, man. I got pictures of his side. Oh, there's some concept. But that does give me the link to the Phil Barassa, who's the one who drew it. Oh, great. So there are characters on here that I can see their back, but not him. It figures. Well, let's keep going. Let's try Phil. Come on. Put in the artist name. This is how I typically try to find anything. Am I really not going to have any such luck of finding the back of Grog's head? Don't mind me. I can also try looking at... Oh, wait, there we go. I found one. Ha. So he doesn't have much in the back of his head. It just, the stripes just kind of triangle and become triangle points in the back. Alright, so... I know there were some sort of lines that were inscribed, but I think I'm just gonna... I don't really see them. The only lines that really stayed really strong, the really strong inscribed parts were the ones on his shoulder. So I just went with that, because that would look a little weird. I mean, I could have tried to sand it down, but then it would take out the muscles. I'm just going to start out by drawing a couple lines in his head. I think I'm going to wash that out. The end of this brush is getting a little sketchy. So those lines are just a couple little guidelines. They'll have to be perfect. They just have to be, on there. What we're going to do now, a lot of times this is actually a thing that you can do for drawing too. You get started by drawing like stick figures and then you add to them. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. Just a hair. I just want to go a little bit. because I'm going to fill in, I'm probably going to go a little bit out of line on the inside of it too. This is being a pain. I like this brush, but geez, it's doing some weird things. Oh, I see. All right, so what I want to do straighten this out. Get my point on the center side. Now, if I don't quite like it, I said it's not bad, but I would like it a little better. I'm going to take some of my skin tone. I need to be a hair lighter. I'm going to add a little to the back. And I do want to touch up in between the two lines. Yeah, I'm going to touch it up now. It'll help me figure out what to do with the other side. This paint is also fairly liquid. I'm sorry if you can't see this very well. Unfortunately, I gotta put so I can see it. That's pretty good like that. Okay, I'm gonna leave that. That's good. I must be out of my phrase, and I must be out of my mind. All right, so Okay, get this. Do I want to put that? Maybe I will rest my hand on this. Or grab onto it. I think I want to bring it down a little. I think it's a little too... So I'm going to go back to the first line. I'm going to bring it down a bit. Okay. It's pretty good for the line down the center too. It should be looking at the thing. It should be parallel. These two lines should be parallel. I'm actually using my camera. By the way, the camera's looking pretty good right now. This is like the scariest part of this whole thing. Now what do I see? I see that the right side is a little bit thicker. So I'm going to go, I don't mind the way it looks, so I'm going to try to thicken up the left side. Still not quite the way I want it. Okay, that's better. Sorry, I am off the thing now. I keep moving my... Maybe I should tape down this, my thing here. It's just a little cloth because the black of my table was just, or my desk was just too, the light was just bouncing off of like crazy. And it didn't make for a good picture. Just touching up a little around it. Does he get anything else in terms of tattoos, or am I actually like, let's see. Unfortunately, I can't do the shoulder one because the lines were incised to the point where I can't add it, and they're too low. I think that's it though. I'm gonna just take a quick look and see if I see anything that might show his back. In terms of, I'm looking under gifts. Oh, that's kind of sad. I don't think he's got anything else on his back. Okay. I think I'm good. Hey! Well, they're not real body parts. Hi, Bebop. Welcome to our home where boxes of body parts just make sense. And what body parts are we talking here? Oh, is it Captain Tea time? I can hope. Pirates and Sailor Girl. Oh, yeah. Oh, even better. It's like, what the hell happened in that? Did you find a ship that got blown up? By the way, this is Grog. Oh, shit, that's right. This is Grog. So I did Keyleth before, and this is Grog. Hi. So tonight I was doing the tattoos. I have one last step though, as I mentioned. I need to make a glaze of the my skin tone. It's gonna be a very thin glaze because I want those tattoos to kind of sit into the color. I want them to look like, how can it already be an hour? My lord. Stream's already been on an hour. I've only got an hour left to go. How can that be? This is just a very thin. I want it just ever so slightly to hint at the skin tone. I don't want any pooling, so I'm going to clean that out. If it's strong, I'm going to go back and I'll kind of rinse it. It looks like I missed a spot actually. Right here. Maybe it got pooled on there, I don't know. Says is making dad joke. Oh no! I'd ask you what he's saying, but then you'll inflict the dad jokes on my stream. He is a dad, though, to be fair. So yeah, I think that's all. Honest to God, though, it's not surprising. He seems like the dad. I think I've caught him making dad jokes on here before. I'm gonna change this tattoo just to here. I'm gonna take an inspiration from the top with those triangular lines. Cut off some of these so that's a square. Let's see if I can get away with it. Because of course they've got the incised lines, so best part about dad jokes is that they are apparent. Yes, they are. I had to take a break from the Captain Tea-Times feeling a bit frustrated. Well, admittedly, I can understand that. Captain Tea-Time is a big project with a lot of parts. What are you frustrated? By the way, just I don't know if I can help, but what are you frustrated with? What happened? What was the biggest cause of your frustration? And believe me, we all go through this. Everybody who does any sort of hobby, you're going to have those moments of for absolutely, complete and utter frustration. It happens to everyone. We will find that thing that just is awful. So was it something that just wasn't coming out to the way you wanted it? Now I'm going to do the face. Yikes. Speaking of that, I gotta be careful. I said you don't want this glaze to really pool anywhere. I hope everybody's having a lovely evening. It's frustrating. I'm gonna get frustrating like this stupid eye. I keep getting keep lightening up things I don't want to there. Feeling like I have a huge amount of work I still need to do. Also, just seeing other people's ball joint jobs. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Miniature Painting Club. It's, a lot of us go through that very same thing. We'll look at James Wapple's a good example. He'll actually be on tonight. I look at his work and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be over here burning my brushes. Everybody will yell at you if you actually say that. You know what? Your stuff is good. Your stuff will be fine. It'll be beautiful. It's the difference really is just they've had more practice than you. That's it. That's really it. You're perfect for where you are, wherever you are in your journey. And I do think this is a journey. You got to look at everyone else's stuff as inspiration. That's something you're going to shoot to get to someday. But where you're at, that's where you're at. I love this. Believe me, I see plenty of people that are better than me, but I look at it as a point that I want to get to. I'd like to at least get to that point. Also, I'd like to this not to pull. Hey, Gilded Prince. For date, wait, does that mean you're new to YouTube? Wait, YouTube? Oh, no, that's about painting minis, but I want to. All right, well, where you start? I'm not being snarky. Get a mini. Seriously? Get a mini and paint it. It doesn't matter how bad or whatever. Just get a mini and see where you're at. My first mini I ever did, seriously, I came home from ceramics because I used to do ceramics, and then I got into this. And over time, this took over my life. But literally, my first one I ever painted, it was a metal mini from Reaper. It was a character I bought for a D&D character I played. And I was bored. I had... Oh, no. All right. So, hey, don't worry. Don't ignore me on that. This is not the same thing as trying... Okay. This is a terrible example. But, for the most part, you're not really freehanding stuff on a mini. I'm freehanding some tattoos on this guy. But most of this is still going to be... I don't know, did you ever color when you were a kid? I mean, most of us have. You have a coloring book with crayons, and you have lines, and you stay within the lines. So... that's a mini painting. It's a real basic thing is staying with the lines and then learning all the techniques to make it look great. The first thing basically you need to do is learn how to base coat, and that is, oh God, there's so much I want to tell you because I love new painters and I really want to inspire them to take up the hobby. I think it's the greatest hobby out there. I think it's great because, if you have kids, you can do it with your kids. If you need a way to relieve stress, it's such a zen thing. It helps develop focus. It helps you to see details and things like that. Not to mention hand-eye coordination and developing your muscle memory to do this. It's not like freehand. It's not like freehanding though, where you draw a picture from scratch. What you want to do is you want to use all these curves and lines. You want to use that to your advantage. The other little piece of advice: keep your hands together. If you keep your hands together, let's see if I can move. Pardon if I've got bad nails or whatever. Let's see how I've got them together. Oh, yeah, okay, so I'll get to that too. Hey, at least you're trying primer. My very first mini, I had no primer. But you want to basically brace your hands on the table and against each other's way. If they shake together. Keep your hand on the brush. I go, especially if I'm doing details like this. I keep my hands pretty close. You do whatever's comfortable, honestly. I mean, I'll tell you what I do, and if you find it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I won't be offended. I'm not sure what takes off enamel primer. You might need to. You can use oils on minis. It said the great James Wapple. Absolutely. He uses oils on us, and it's phenomenal results. I like acrylics because they dry faster. But if you want to really do all that cool subtle shading, all that shading and blending, oils are a pretty great way to go because they don't dry. You can just keep blending them in. Oh, okay. Well, still, that's money. And actually, for a plastic model, I'm surprised you're not using the testers, if testers are still around, model paints. Oh, well, there we go. By the way, the gilded prints. If you want to definitely pick, first of all, I don't know if you follow me on here, but if you want, follow me on here and come by all the time. I stream on tonight at 7 to 9, or I could be convinced to go later tonight. A friend of mine that actually streams at 10:30, and last week I ended up going up and painting right up until he started, so I was able to raid into him. But you can either follow me, and unless you already do, you may already follow me actually. And the other thing is, I do have a Discord, and it's filled with awesome mini painters. Cyanus is actually he's more of a 3D printer, but he's getting into painting too. And it said, I love new people. So, but yeah, keep your hands together. The first mini, really work on trying to just get the paint on there reasonably well. Even if it's it's a starting point. And the only way you're going to get better is just by doing it. And you will get better. It will happen. But don't even expect to be like me. And the only reason why I say this, I've been painting for 20 years. So it's not that I'm super talented. I'm not. I've just done exactly what I said. A lot of painting. Especially in the last probably 10 years of that. I did have some gaps in there where I didn't paint, but mostly for probably about the last 10 years or so, I've pretty much been doing commissions and things. Oh, the other thing I do is if you work, also if you want, by the way, the mini painting community is the greatest. You can put your stuff out there no matter how new you are, how bad you think it is, and people are going to say they're going to say nice things about it. And if anyone comes by and says anything mean, the community will just rip them to shreds. Let's see what he's got, by the way. Oh, that's right, it's a Sailor Moon. All right, so no, don't go that far advanced. Right now, literally. All right, so for primer, since you need primer, that already put you above me when I started because I did not prime that mini. But you want to get yourself something like you don't even have to get gaming primer. Okay, there's Warhammer makes it, Army Painter. I use Army Painter. We love everyone. And the other thing I was going to say is that just came up. If you are on Discord, please feel free to join my Discord. It is for mini painters and gamers. Actually, if you want to talk gaming, I would love more people to talk gaming on my Discord. As long as it's acrylic, you're good. Now, I will tell you, this is great. I will talk to you instead of painting. This is fine. I'm so happy I have somebody to discuss. So, but yes, if you want to join my Discord, and then you can pick our collective brains. I mean, I will respond. I tend to try to make sure I respond to everybody on there. People can be kind of quiet, but people do pop in and out, and they do notice, especially if you have questions. But join our Discord. But let's see. So primer. So so you got black primer, gray primer. You got all sorts of colors of primer. And what color is your Rust-Oleum, by the way? But or I'll go different. Black primer is great because let's say you miss a spot underneath his armpit. You won't see it with the black. The black will just hide it. With white, any spot you miss, you're going to see them. However, when you prime with white, the colors stay truer, in my opinion, because it's white, it's light. It doesn't interfere. Black can, especially if you buy colors that, like these Reaper ones. Reaper is my favorite company, by the way, in case anyone doesn't know. But I have Warhammer stuff. I have Games Workshop stuff. I have Dark Sword mini stuff. I have all sorts of stuff, but Reaper's just always is kind of my favorite. But if you have these, a lot of these are translucent, which means, it's the opposite of opaque. Translucent means you can kind of see through them. They're not transparent where you can totally see through them, but you can see, but the light will come through it. And if you've got black, you'll definitely see the black through it. It will influence the color. So that's the difference. I always started with white. It can. It absolutely can. And actually, that's where zenithal priming comes in, which I never do. I just prime it all white, and I like to shade it myself. Zenithal priming, basically, you prime everything black first, right? And this is where it will absolutely help with shadowing effects. But then what you do is you figure out what direction you want your light coming from, either you could go top down, or you could go from an angle or something like that. You could get creative. And you basically then take that, and you just hit from that one direction, like it's the sunbeams hitting it. It may not be perfect, but it will get you started. And so the whiter stuff, your stuff will be lighter, and the darker, it'll be darker. So zenithal priming, sure, that's why you do it. And I'm not going to say don't do it. You're a beginner, don't do it. No, feel free to do it. If you feel comfortable doing it. Let's see. So you're starting with black, helps with the shadows. A lot of painters like to work from shadows to highlights, paint that way. I, oddly enough, don't. I do start from shadows to highlights. But I usually like white primer because I feel like, for me, I like the colors to stay truer than that. But it absolutely is a valid point. That's just my opinion. Many painters do things 1,000 different ways. And as I like to say, it's about finding the correct way that works for you. Actually, I really do hope you join my Discord, because I really hope you post what you got, because I want to be there on your journey. I really hope you join us. So, all right, so basically it's thin your paint. Now, you'll figure out what will ultimately make you happy. I probably like mine a little thicker than a lot of other people. Here, I'm going to put him down. I like mine a little thicker, maybe. Well, I mean, hopefully if you do have I do too. But it's I'm trying to figure, where are you at, by the way? What country or state do you live in? You don't have to be that specific. I'm not looking for specific details. I'm not going to be a creeper. I have like literally two friendly local game stores. I'm from Massachusetts. Hi. From northeastern Mass, about as far east and north as you can go in the state. Arizona. Oh, Arizona. I keep wondering if there's like some big game store out there. Now, that's cool. Not as tell you what, if you ever do order. Oh, Arkansas. Oh my God, I'm a loser. Arizona is AZ. You're Arkansas. All right, I don't know, but you have a local game store, so that's a start. Um, All right, so I told you I do have Games Workshop stuff. I said this is dark. This is the Critical Role minis are all Steamforged. I have Dark Forge. I said I have a lot of Reaper stuff. You know what? What I recommend for Reaper's good because they have minis that are inexpensive. They have their Bones line, which you don't even have to prime. In fact, unless you get like an airbrush, you got to be really careful in priming them because they can end up tacky. Something in the aerosol etches into the mini and causes a chemical reaction, which causes the minis to be tacky. So I actually don't prime them. I just paint them. And although that will definitely screw up the zenithal thing. I'm just looking over to see what I got over there. But I do have GW stuff. You can always go to your game store and see if they can order any Reaper stuff for you. Or whatever company you want to go with. Oh, nice. So you have an airbrush. Yeah, I have one here. I don't own it. Technically, it's my best friend's. He left it here when he moved. I mean, he comes here all the time. He's not, like, far away. And he comes here to game all the time. But I never use it. I used it once to prime. I had a DACA jet. Orcs in my jam. I haven't painted many of them, but I have a whole bunch. I have a whole orc army here waiting to be done. I just have a lot of other things going on. Maybe Orktober. I don't know. I like to do Halloween stuff in October, but yeah, that's I do order stuff from Reaper. You know, a lot. If I can get it at my friendly local game store, I will. But the thing about the Games Workshop minis, though, they can cost a pretty penny. They tend to be a lot more expensive than like the single D&D ones. Oh, that reminds me too. WizKids. I don't know if they have WizKids at your local game store, but those are good ones to actually start on. Exactly. That's what I mean. You're going to pay a pretty penny for Warhammer. You know, and to me, if you just want something to learn to paint on, you don't want that. See if they have WizKids, which are they make the D&D minis. They come 2 in a pack for like $5 or $6. And they're already primed. They're not great. That's the only bad thing about those is they tend to leave the mold lines around them. But if you're just looking for something to paint on and practice, and they're not a bad place to start. In fact, sometimes I don't even care about mold lines. If it's for a competition type thing or it's a commission, then I'll take them off. But if it's for me and they're not really that obnoxious, then I leave them on. You know, there's 2 standards. Yeah, that's true. You could always get yourself a 3D printer, like Sionis, and print it up. But then again, I like the sculpts that Reaper has. So, actually, what saves money is getting in on the Reaper Kickstarters, and they're having Reaper Bone 6, March 31st, I believe. I found Viejo paint at the Hobby Lobby. Oh, yeah, they do have. Yep, the game store had Citadel paint for except for 90. Hobby Lobby didn't have many. Yeah, Hobby Lobby is not a game store, so you don't. Viejo, by the way, is not bad, though. That's actually pretty good for minis. So, full disclosure, because I use a lot of it, craft paint works, but you want to make sure you get a decent brand. So, like, Delta is a decent brand. So you want to get the ones that like $1.50. I basically have them for painting terrain and for mixing colors and stuff. I got this really nice pure white, and I got a pure black from Reaper, which I find I use a little more than I used to. But you tend to go through a lot of black and white. The big thing to do is just thin it. Thin down the craft paint. It comes thicker. Someone explained it is that when you use craft paint, you put in a lot of some porous materials like wood, or wood is the one that comes to mind, or foam or things like that, and it'll suck the paint in. Well, they make it thicker so that won't suck the paint in. But that's great for that, but not so good for minis, especially if you want to thin them. You want to thin the stuff down. But my first mini had craft paint. It was craft paint unthinned. Doesn't it? Absolutely. I've got a lot of the minis I have painted, I will never ever use in a game. I do play. Now that's not to say I do play. Why does my wet palette seem to be not so wet? I may have poured out too much water. This wet palette is really nice though. But it does seem like maybe I also didn't put this on the way I did. I kind of wet another sheet and stuck it on there, and that might be why. There are instructions to actually how to use this wet palette. So, by the way, collecting minis and painting them for the sake of doing that. How do you paint is mixed? What do you? All right. So what do you mean? The paint being the proper, like mixed in the bottles? Just shake them up before you use them. Or are you talking about on the palette? Are we talking consistency here or color? Well, I'm gonna assume consistency. I was gonna say when you go to put it on, he'll know. Like the Okay. So no, well. Right now, this palette, the reason why I know my palette is kind of drying out is because, see, the edges of my things are coming up. And I just put this piece of paper down. So I did something wrong on this palette. It's a brand new wet palette. I really like this. The paper on it is the thinner butcher paper. It's Game Envy. They did a Kickstarter. I don't know if this is even for sale yet. Of course, the paper is also not sitting on the palette, the wet part of the palette itself, so maybe that's it. But this is basically, you can even make one of these. In fact, I took a foam plate, not a paper plate. No, you don't want a paper plate. But you need 3 elements for wet palettes. You need a container to hold it in. You need a sponge. Let's see if I can grab. So you need a sponge. So this is a white sponge. And then you need a membrane. Like butcher paper or baking parchment paper work. So I built a wet palette out of a foam plate, which the water won't leak out of. Not a paper plate, the water will leach out. A paper towel. Thank you! Thank you so much for the bits! Let's see, a paper towel for the sponge and a piece of baking parchment paper. And it worked. I learned that at ReaperCon. Told you I like Reaper. But it seems like it's starting to get a little dry because the edges are coming up. But it does keep the paints wet. This is good for making thin, if you really want to control the liquid in your paint, though, your water content, though. You probably don't necessarily want to go with a wet palette. This is good for making paints for blends and such. But you also have well palettes, which are, this also came with a well palette, which I thought was really handy. A well palette is, one of these. And I just threw something on the floor. Oh, I just threw the... pardon me while I go retrieve that. That's a well palette, though. Because it's got wells in it. This is great for if you wanted to make your own washes, or you want to use metallic paints and things that don't work so well on a wet palette. Or if you really just want to really control the amount of liquid in it. I learned to work with a wet palette. So I should actually get back to doing some painting on them. Although I pretty much got done what I wanted to do tonight. Oh, I gotta finish though. I still didn't finish. Well, no, it's that water doesn't mix well with metallics. There's a flake, basically there's a flake in those that makes, that's reflective. It's like a fairly big flake compared to, like your standard paints. And that doesn't mix so well with water. And wet palettes have a lot of water. Meredith! Oh my gosh. He actually, you really have come out of hiding, haven't you? Out of hibernating. It's spring. Meredith is started streaming again, but if anyone wants to see a new streamer, and please follow him. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do a shout out. I got to do shout out. I'm going to try to beat Mini Mommy to it. So if you want to follow him, there he is. He could really use follows. He streamed only a little, like about 8 months ago. So he's just starting to build his streaming. As if he wants to do it. And I assume he wants to do it. So we have a triple header. Actually, no, we're calling it the mini painting triad. Because why not? We do a mini painting triad on Saturdays. Although April's going to be terrible for Saturdays for me. Well, we'll find out. I'm either going to be away 2 or 3 Saturdays. I'm not thrilled, but one's a convention and 2 are birthday parties. That's great. So please give them a follow. Let's see, Gilded. So yeah, they are good reasons. Oh, and meet the Gilded Prince. He's new, and he's new to painting. See, I'm working on old Groggy here. And as I said, where I left off is I was adding a thin glaze of color over his tattoos to kind of have them set in. And I know this one's going over his beard. Still debating if I like the eye ones. We're gonna let that dry. Well, we'll see. I'm pretty happy with it. We'll see. There's a long way left to go. I love the way Keywith came out, which was Pumat Soul was the first one of this series I did. I did a while ago. But now I'm really trying to get it. I want to get the Mighty Nine done. I'm sorry, Vox Machina done. Boy, what a poor Critical Role fan I am for screwing that up. So, Gilded Prince, if you have any more questions, please ask. As I said, and I'm just absolutely, I'm so happy to have somebody new on here. Let's check something out here. Okay. We love to help. We really do. As I said, oh my gosh, I forgot to show this off. I am such a loser. So, Siren has posted this. By the way, Matt, if you have any pictures of your stuff you've worked on, first of all, you can put them in my Discord. And secondly, you can put the link in here and I'll show it off. Like this. So he's got a Sailor Moon 3D printed mini. I saw this. I'm very disappointed. Now, I actually tagged a friend of mine who's a huge Sailor Moon fan. I'm very disappointed she didn't say anything back. So, I'll have to give her crap. But if you like Sailor Moon, yeah. So apparently there's 3D printed minis of everything, I think, these days. And this is Sailor Moon, and I don't know if it's the actual Sailor Moon. Or, well, I guess maybe it is the actual Sailor Moon. I don't know the series that well. But it came out really, the print came out really good. So I can't wait to see if it's going to say, he says he's going to paint it himself, so I can't wait. So Meredith, what else have you been up to? Anything, you staying out of trouble? I guess I should work on the mud beard. The mustache. I don't want to work on the mustache and the beard. Cute. Let's go back. Oh, one other thing, Gilded Prince, if you are still here, one of your other best friends is Google Images. I'm sorry, either to look up like examples of the mini you're working on, like other painted examples, or to look for inspiration pictures to help you. Like I've looking up pictures of Grog from the animated series to figure out how I want to paint this, because I'm sort of trying to match it up. That's why he's kind of blue, because a lot of pictures in the animated series kind of bluish. But I need to look up a more generic version of him, because he's got a beard, and I'm trying to figure out what color his beard. I guess it should be black. Oh, yeah, that one's brown. I know what we can do. So, one thing about Grog, and actually about the official art, is Wikipedia will actually have, or the Critical Role wiki will actually have a picture of him. Oh, that is the official picture. All right, so it is black. His beard is black. Black here. Huh. This is like the, let's see, for sure. Get a new resin printer. See, oh my gosh. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, that's right. You're about to be able to sell a lot more Clydes, right? So I got a new resin printer. So about to start adding inventory and taking print commissions. That battle maps, paint commissions I need to finish. Excuse me, and the video streaming stuff. Definitely staying busy, but I definitely love it too. You do. I can tell. You've got passion for what you do. But at the moment I have to get Eden out of the bath. Oh boy. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to start with black. Black is a tough color. You know why black is a tough color? Black is a tough color because how do you shadow black? Well, how you do it is you actually don't. Oh, that's not black. Sorry, guys. Your shadows are black. You make your black color, though, more gray. It's not going to be a very big difference between your shadow, but there should be a little. I'm also going to probably look at the mini too to figure out how to do his mouth. I sort of started working on it, but I think I want to do this first and then figure it out. This is the other thing I want you to realize too, especially if you're new to painting. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I say at this stage of the game, they're not mistakes. They're part of the process of painting. I mean, if I go over the lines or whatever, I know I can just touch it up. That's a big thing. You can touch up almost anything. If the colors don't cover really well, then you may have to hit it with some white to touch it up first. But you can fix anything on a mini. Also, learn how to use the side of the brush. If you use the sides of the brush, you actually can you can hit higher surfaces without clipping the lower ones. That's why when I paint, I always start with the inner, for the most part. I start with the inner, the recesses, and then proceed up to the high areas. I don't know what you call them. I don't know what that is. That's why Google is a friggin' lifesaver. I'm gonna go and look up the mini. Because I am not 100% sure what I'm looking at here. I think that's his beard, though. That comes all the way down to here. But see, I'm painting right on this collar he's got, and I don't care. For some reason, this side of his beard is not really apparent. I don't see it in the sculpt. So I'm going to kind of have to punt here. I'm going to take, yes, so I'm going to take a look at the mini. People have painted it, but I forgot to like that. Now I have 3 tabs of Google Images open. Although I don't know if I really need the other ones anymore, or at least one of the other ones anymore. I do still want the front of them. I'm going to go Strong Cog Jag Mini. There we go. Basically, I'm doing this to see. This is gonna seem stupid. I need my glasses more than I need this, because I can't get that close. Oh, very interesting. If that is indeedy. Oh, he's got teeth. I couldn't see. There you go. And look at that side. That's not real clear. Okay. I got a much better idea now of how this goes. Now I've got both my glasses on, and I look ridiculous. I'm going to take off. I don't want these. I just want the thing. Normally I don't wear these, the optivisors on stream, but I am tonight because Grog is a small mini. He is a very small mini. Or at least the details are quite small. I can figure out what the hell his teeth are. He's got teeth and a tongue. So I'm gonna take a little aged bone from Reaper, put it on my palette, and start trying to figure out where things are. Oh, actually, that's not Grog. At least that's not this Grog. Put up the wrong one. His teeth, I think, are there. At least the lower. He's got uppers, too. So right now, I'm just going to kind of... I'll touch up where I have to. But right now, I'm going to just kind of... Or if I have to. That's not bad. That's a pretty good location. No, I wish Mr. Gilded Prince was closer to me because I run this Sunday actually is going to be my painting party where new pages can come in and try out the hobby for free. Because I want the whole world. I want to let everybody who wants to try it, is afraid of how much it's going to cost, try it. I'm trying to figure out where the heck his teeth are. Don't mind me. Oh my lord. I said, to look at my computer, I actually need my glasses. If I can get them on my head. Oh, I think that all is. The only thing I couldn't do on this that I kind of wanted to, but once again, it's because his eyes are so small, that I couldn't make his pupils as tiny as I wanted them. I wanted to make them really tiny, have white around it, but just, it wasn't working. So I just was like, okay, I'm not going to do it then. Alright, hold on. I'm going to take a... Do I want to go with that darker red? What color is your tongue? Your tongue's kind of more reddish pink. So this is when I'm going to mix something. I think actually I'm going to take my chum red, which is kind of a blood color. And I'm going to see what happens if I mix some pink with it. Because I think I want it more pink. Talk about consistency. Of course, there's issues with consistency out of the bottle at times. The paints can separate to a degree. Who needs a vortex mixer? Right. going to take the dark color and mix it into my light. Until I get something I'm happy with. Alright, I think that's not bad. If I go over the teeth, I go over the teeth again. In fact, I may just do that. It is really hard to see. It is very small. Actually, I may have done it. I don't know. Hold on, I gotta pull this back. I'm gonna pull. Stop that. I'm just gonna pull it into a better light. Okay, I think I kind of see it now. It is hard to see. Actually, I've got this over here. I need to. This is so ridiculously small. I don't even see, like... Okay, for example, I know he's going to have dividers between his teeth. I don't see them. Okay, that's good there. Sorry I pulled this out of the off camera. I'll show it to you in a sec. It's that bad. I don't normally do this. And I use my camera light, but if I crank it up more, it'll, so I can see better. Then this whole thing will look bad. I'll start washing out my colors. It's a little tiny spot I'm trying to get. All right. Almost there, almost there, almost there. This is one of those times when it is actually, this actually is really fiddly right now. And for anybody who doesn't know what that means, it means I have to keep fiddling with it. to make it look right. All right, let me take a look at the picture. Okay. I just need to hit water's over here. Do not wash your brush in your drink. Oh, truth be told, you won't throw enough water. You won't throw enough paint in it to have anything bad happen to you. I mean, I just noticed I licked my brush, so. All right, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Oh, gosh. Nope, that's the teeth. Alright, there, I got the teeth. And then I gotta touch up a little bit of the black of his beard. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little black and I'm going to see if I can draw a little line between my teeth and my tongue. Okay, so I got the line in, and I'm going to go back over. Let's see if I can do this on here now. Okay, this is almost as nerve-wracking as doing the tattoos. Good enough. All right. So, what time is it? Oh my God, it's 9 o'clock. Well, it's already like time. How can it already be time? Tonight's the night I could actually go over, but maybe I won't. Wapple's probably not streaming this week. He's going to Adepticon. There's one part that I can see a little bit of my black line. I don't know. Tonight's also the one night that I kind of don't care if I actually leave right at 9 and just keep going. If I can make it to 10:30, then I have someone to raid to. I got a friend to raid to. So this is a part of the stream where you all learn how much patience it can take to paint a mini. Although, if you really like doing it, it doesn't take patience. You just really like doing all this fiddly stuff. I think I need to go over my tattoos. They're set in pretty well. I feel like they got a little bit too light. Yeah, it was a little too dark. It was a little too light. Oh well. The rest of them are okay though. My my blend may have been just a little too much. Adding a little bit more of that dark gray I did for the tattoo just around his eyes. I want to get this done because after tonight, it's going to be about all the clothes and stuff. The clothes make the grog. Oh boy. Alright, let's see. Oh, teeth. I think the teeth. Yeah, I think the teeth. Do need something, a hint of. Can't even see it. So I'm going to add some darker lines. And this is actually a bone shadow. And I'm going to go back in with polished bone and make them pop. I added a few lines, but they're kind of big. It's a polished bone. We're going to try this. It's really small. Once again, I can't say enough. This mini is small, has very small details. I love them, but they're very small details. Oh, actually, the Black Christie is streaming. Maybe I'll go raid her once I'm done with these teeth. He doesn't have to have the prettiest teeth. I caught my tongue. Yeah, I have to. That. Boo! Yes. That's not too bad on the top. Okay. Let's see if I can get back to the bottom. Sweating how the paint just kind of on this brush seems to like to stay away from the very tip of it. Basically, I want my teeth to look like teeth. It's getting there. Alright, so what the hell is that his? That's his right side. So the right side of his mouth needs a little more. Yeah, I can see why. Ah, God, this... Alright, I'm trading out brushes. This is like... Much as I'm loath to use it, I'm going to use it. I have a 20-aught brush, which actually isn't bad for a 20-aught brush. Yeah, it's got a teeny tiny tip, but it's got some body to it so it doesn't dry. Damn it. Don't be afraid to use your fingers. I'm going to use this to try to get those brighter pearly whites. Almost there. I'm almost there. Almost. I'm going to go back over it though, because I'm lost in my friggin' shadow line. Sometimes it requires you to do a lot of this. I'm so close. Gotta stop fiddling this. Alright, there's one more thing. The last tooth on his left, on the bottom left, is a little... Put a little gap there. And then I'm gonna clean up one more thing. on his face. Still not thrilled with this tooth over here. I feel like his left eye is also brighter white than the right for some reason. Yeah, I added something too. I never added the little friggin' white highlight they usually do. Which I should do. Almost, is it? I'm almost there in this face. Almost. God, why is my wet palette drying out? You have to do something about it. No, that's white. I need white. I need white. Where's my white? White. This was the bonus points for eyes. I don't recommend new people do this, but I like to put a little fleck of white, and I'm not doing a color in these, so. I don't think that went to where I really wanted it to go. Come on. Actually, it can stay there. That's fine. I don't think it's behaving. All right, fine. I'm gonna make his pupil a little bigger.
and then try it. This is why this is not a beginner technique. And it can be very frustrating. Especially in something this small. No, that one shows up pretty good. Or it shows up. Alright, I got one in there. It's very small, but it's there. No, I'm going to make this a little bigger too. This is not for the faint of heart. I gotta go back and touch up my white because I went too crazy with that. Okay, that's better. Oh, I think I got it. Yep, they're there. They're tiny but they're there. You'll never see it on this camera. Okay. Now let's see. There are 5 of us. I think I'm gonna go to the Black Christie. I haven't rated her in like forever, more or less because she hasn't been on a Monday night. Here, let me put this down. There we go. So there's the Grog. I've got his, well, you can see if I flip it up this way, I got his tattoos done on the top of his head and on his eyes. I'll get pictures. They're going up on Twitter. And, of course, on his shoulder. So, as I like to say, thank you all for tuning in. And thanks to anybody who was here before, who's not here now. Can't help that. I thank you. God, thank you for
The Gilded Prince. I hope I see you again if you're still lurking around. I hope I see you again, or come visit me on Discord. Bring your work. Dwayne, you're another one. Hey, Dwayne, get working on your Obsidian Crypt. I want to see how that's going to end up. That's what Dwayne's been doing. And then said, of course, I can't remember if you, I think, yeah, you ventured on the Discord, I believe. So you can share the pictures of that. Actually, feel free to share your work in progress pictures there. I think you came on there. Don't mind me. So, as I said, we're going to raid the Black Christie. And, oh, yeah, when am I on? When am I on this week? I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do Between the Rolls tomorrow. I actually haven't committed yet. Which is on mhobo Inc. on Twitch. And that's at 8 o'clock Eastern. Daylight. It's daylight savings here. People overseas, it hasn't happened yet, so the time is kind of changed. Then Wednesday, I'll be back here doing probably starting the close, because the close make the man. And that'll be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Oh, no, all right. Well, feel free to hit me up for advice on how to use Discord, too, if you need it. It's not too hard to figure out how to do pictures, but, if you having any issues, just you can message me on there. So yeah, so Wednesday, see, I'm not doing cred this week, and I will be on Saturday at 12:30 Eastern Daylight. And I will probably have an extra super bonus length stream again, because a daylight savings time hasn't quite happened overseas. So the ball GM, it'll be 3:30 my time when the ball GM comes on, and I like to raid him. So, all right. So let me set up and let's go raid the Black Christie. Let's make sure I type it in right. All underscores. So I hope you all have a lovely night, and I will hopefully see you on Wednesday. And let's all go. Let's all go. All right. We're all ready to go. Have a lovely evening and happy painting. Shit.
You can watch start a watch party, but if you're not, you can't. You'll see. Painting is where I'm right Painting. I'm painting and watching. Yes, I'm doing both. Watching and painting. It's a watch and paint party. And right now we're watching it's The Eye of the Beholder, a D&D. Oh yeah, simple green. But thanks for asking. already painted a beholder, so this is beholder adjacent. It's also a nightmare ass creature. And I let chat hit my mittens. This one's freaking basilisk that it's drying right now. Little baby. And then I'm going back and forth. Rel from WizKids. He's a cool and nasty one. It's one of the WizKids, Nolzar's Marvelous Miniatures from WizKids. And Communist Libertarian, aka Drew, picked this for me to paint out of all the many options I gave them. And I'm okay with it. It is very creepy and weird. It's a weird ass mini game. Did not know. He has no eyes. He doesn't need eyes. I know you're watching the show. I'm glad you're here. This pop rock pink is one of my favorite.
Oh my god, forget the fucking.
It wouldn't be cool if it had eyes, though, yeah. Like, who needs to see when you're a nightmare ass creature from the abyss?
That's right.
God help me, I'm gonna make some really honestly, I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna call it, because I have no idea, but I'm gonna say that all Grell from the Abyss are non-binary. I have no idea. If all orcs and if all orcs and Warhammer are non-binaries, like men, all Grell, I'm calling it.
This is sure.
You're welcome, Wizards of the Coast. I did that for you. Even though they're talking about TSR. Old TSR. Not that problematic new TSR.
I mean, yeah, orcs are plants.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna mess around with this kind of format as the watch and paint parties because I just like to watch movies while I paint. And I like to watch movies with other people. So that kills two birds with one stone.
Shit.
Yeah. But that's canon in Warhammer. That orcs are non-binary.
I think it's awesome. I do think it's pretty awesome.
that's practical armor. So practical. Chainmail became super practical. Yeah, they're plants. All right, let's see. That's cute. Oh, I love Dragonlance. We have any Dragonlance fans in the chat? Love Dragonlance. Okay. Stay stoked.
God, why is this so bad tonight? Jesus. Why is my palette not staying wet? Hey, sweetie.
Oh, here. What in the bunch of nerds doing nerd things? Don't mind us. We're just pretty. Taking some heat.
me know when you. Why don't you let me know when you're gonna come up and see Grog?
Okay.
Because of course that's what I'm working on now on stream. Well, not right now, but actually maybe right now. I gotta look at him. Are you coming up soon, anyways? I got his tattoos done.
Somebody did that to my shit.
Shit, what did I do with my glasses? Ack, what did I do with my glasses? Where did I put my glasses? There's only one place I went. Bathroom. Yep. Shit. Sweetie Deet! Do you know what? I love you! Well, that's fine, actually, because I have something you can bring down. I was like, I have something for you to bring down.
Oh, okay. I skipped a couple of episodes, Next Generation, but I did manage to watch Cause and Effect. Ooh, very nice, Sweetie D.
You like it?
Yes. Alright, what do you want me to bring down?
The Coke bottle.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a loser and forgot to...
So yes, I'm probably going to do a few more. Well, I'm like deciding which episodes I want to skip at this point because I'm trying to get to some of the better episodes. So, but I knew I wanted to watch Cause and Effect because it's such a great episode. I gotta admit, as much as I love Window of Opportunity, I kind of like Cause and Effect just a little bit better because of the inventive way they use the time loop premise. Because I like the idea that the crew is aware that there's something going on and how it kind of builds up as more time loops occur. Because that does actually kind of make sense. So, yeah.
I think he's falling off the base.
Good.
So you approve, huh?
Yes.
I had to look up online to see the mini pictures there.
Mm-hmm.
To figure out how the fuck to do them. I was told, nice electrical effect, by the way. I don't know if you ever saw this. But I basically super glued. Did you see this?
No, I didn't see what you did. Oh, that looks great.
Does it look electrical?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just can't do the, I can't
Yeah, I
do a
know.
big, huge diffuse thing.
Mwah. No, that looks good though. It's subtle
Did you like her?
Yeah.
Steve liked her.
Good.
So I'm going to be getting a mini from Steve. I told you that, right?
Yeah, you told me that.
So he says I can either leave it till OGC and just bring it to him there because he's going to be. Remember what they do? He and
Yeah, I remember.
like about, I think Michelle goes
Mhm.
and a few of the others. They'll sneak in,
Yep.
basically rent a table for the day.
Yep.
And just play games, and they incognito and don't talk to anybody. I'm like, I really like that, but I'm gonna come over and talk to you and say hello anyways.
Well, yeah. I think they understand.
Yeah. I won't bother them very long, but I am gonna do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. the particular, and I think it's.
Thank you.
Really like that. I know I.
Trying to think of gross things. I think of brains. I think of little veins.
That's beautiful, Christy. This is killer. Uh-oh. Um. Oh shit. Let's go on and figure out what the fuck just happened.
It's gotta happen, Bruno.
Did something?
Oh man, I remember that. Yeah, I like that.
He may not even see it. Well, no, I streamed in it. That's why I can't watch you until I watch it later because I can't watch it. Jeez, I didn't think yeah, I mean, usually.
That's way up to.
I think he's probably gone.
Spiky and bumpy. Make it spiky and bumpy. Okay. You're right on that. Let's sit over here for a minute. Of course. I'm using my most expensive paints right now. The ones I've gotten on sale. So far, let's see. Grill and Basilisk are best friends. Best friend. There you go. Yeah, super cute. Think it's time to. I think these are good enough. You know, for table. They're good enough. All over. There. He's good. I'm gonna do the bottom, the ground effects for him. What kind of goddamn bird? I'll pick one. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I know. You sometimes I will actually pop on after I'm done. But I mean, as I said,
Really careful. Make sure
can't wait to watch it, man.
make sure the lids stay on it.
It's
really
been a
tight.
very good.
It's
You've
drying
had
very
some
fast.
excellent.
Dry out pretty quickly.
Wait,
Take a big, this kind of base.
I have no doubt. I know who that is too. Shit. It's been
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god. Did you see? Nightmare. It's good right there. Make sure it's neat.
also too. 17's a pretty good turnout. Maybe you want to go high more, but I feel like it's a good turnout.
Ready bottles of wood. Meanwhile, I have this gallon drum of blue all elements. I wish I had some things. I don't know. I think some. I really don't have much. Not bad. What? Give this a little less realistic. Red oxidizer. Give it on hard, or at least Georgia.